So, without further ado, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce This is another in a series of live broadcasts enjoying the creative sounds of music and harmony. Hope you enjoy. Don't touch that dial. Keep it locked. Tuned in and turned on.
Welcome to the Talk Dirty to Me podcast with the Maestro. Not just numbers, not just stats. It's about what they mean. And now, your host, the Maestro.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Talk Dirty to Me with your boy, me, the Maestro. Hopefully all is well with everybody. Hopefully everybody's feeling good. Let's just hop right into it and have some fun. Picking up where we left off with the last airing, talking about the pickup game in Tacoma, Washington. I want to talk about another player that really caught my eye and talk about why he caught my eye. And again, thanks everybody for your feedback from before. Surprise, surprise, Daniel Irvin. I know nobody saw that coming, right? Everybody's totally caught by surprise. Okay, I know. We're having some fun. So Daniel Irvin was guarding Damian Luffy. And this is your quintessential situation. Happens in a pickup game, but it can happen in an actual full game as well. So you have Daniel Irvin, 6 foot 172, guarding against a cat who is 6'6", 170. Who is extremely athletic. So what did Daniel Irvin do that was so impressive? Very quick decisions. That is all I'm looking for from someone in that position. If you make quick decisions, when to press, when to give, when to leave, when to allow a point of leverage to give up because you're going to take a stronger point of leverage from the player that you're going up against. When you're up against someone who's that athletic, and has those measurables over you, you want to do more than just be in the way, but that's kind of where it starts. And what was impressive about Daniel, no disrespect calling him by his first name, Daniel Irvin, what was impressive about what he did was he kept in every play by making good decisions. Whenever Luffy had a step, he let him have that step to get himself repositioned. Whenever Luffy had a move, instead of putting himself in danger by picking up a useless foul or even reaching, which shows bad footwork, which he never showed, by the way. His footwork was amazing. He let that happen, and then he took the space and time to reset himself to be in a better position, either for a rebound or for the opportunity to be able to maybe even get a steal, possibly a block. But that came from making fast decisions, quick decisions, smart decision right up at the point. Very, very well done. The other thing that I saw that's immeasurable, everybody who knows me know I'm all about the immeasurables, right? There was no give up at any given moment. Now, I know you said he gave this. That's not giving up. That's being smart. If I'm guarding you and I see you make a move that I wasn't prepared for, that I'm off leverage for, I'll let you make that move, but then I, prayerfully with a good basketball IQ level, put myself in a position so I can do what? Be there for the middle of the move or the end of the move to disrupt what you're doing. That's what I mean when I say don't give up. He did not give up on any play. And he posted something in the chat line of the last podcast. And I felt where he was coming from. And again, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but he said he had highlights and he had lowlights. And I stepped in. And again, those who know me know I don't normally do this, but I want to let Mr. Irving know there was no lowlights at all. If I was scouting him, if I was looking at him for what he brought to the table and what he was able to do, it was nothing but highlights for me because of how he made those quick decisions, how he acted on those decisions. And oh, by the way, he won a lot of those plays. When you have players at that level, no matter how you might align the talent, I say it that way, everybody has an opportunity to come out on top, right? But who comes out on top more consistently for their team is the one who always wins the matchup to me. It's rarely about just the buckets. You all know that. It's rarely about just the rebounds. You all know that. It's about the totality of the circumstances in which you produce to give your team an opportunity to move forward. And that's exactly what Daniel Irvin did. Very well done, by the way, the entire time, the entire game. And if I had to add one last cherry on the top of this ice cream cake, one of the things he did and not getting frustrated, he worked with, and I'm going to say this, a little bit of a handicap in another situation. He unfortunately was in a situation where he did not get the ball passed to him, I thought, effectively enough where he could actually have an opportunity to do something in space. Most of the time when the ball got to him, unfortunately, he did not have the position, not have the space because how close Luffy was playing him. But that was not on Daniel. That's on the guard who was supposed to be getting him the ball, recognizing when your man has space, you get it to him before the space occurs. Don't wait till the space happens. And that's something that we talk about a lot. In every league, the clock gets shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Sometimes I need to pass you open. Sometimes I just need to know you're going to be open because I know as I see that double screen coming and I know your speed because we worked out so much, I'm going to put the ball at a spot that I know you're going to be at. And I get it. In a pickup run, they don't get a chance to work together like that. Not everybody has those kind of instincts like that. Unfortunately for Mr. Irving, many times when he got the ball, he was not in a position to make a move, create space, or do whatever because he was already well covered. And here's I'm going to bring it back to what we just talked about. His IQ was so high. When he'd get the ball, he realized he didn't have anything. What did he do? Instead of dribbling in a spot and just doing something over and over again, trying to create something out of nothing, give up the ball quick, move again real quick. And that is something that you just definitely have to appreciate. And as you see him progress forward, as he gets with teammates who can recognize his ability, he can definitely become the disruptor and the solid player you want to see that will fill a lot of gaps on a lot of teams because it appeared to me with this sampling size that I had that he's definitely willing to fill the gaps and play that dirty ball when someone else might not be. Very impressive, Mr. Irvin. Very well done. Great to see you play. Can't wait to see more. Stay tuned for the next half of Talk Dirty to Me.
Thank you for listening to the Talk Dirty to Me podcast with the Maestro.
Want to get involved? Bring it. Drop in discord.gg/SimWorld NBA.
If you have the brain,
Join as a coach.
If you have the game,
Join as a player.
See the game,
be
be
the
the game. But now, back to Talk Dirty to Me with
The Maestro.
Once again, for the Soul Children's Dream section, y'all.
Let's get back to some wonderful sounds.
And welcome back to the second half of this episode of the Talk Dirty to Me podcast. Let's go and pull the parachute cord and let's get it done. Transition basketball. Offense to defense, defense to offense. Just as important as offense, just as important as defense is transition. That is what links the two. How do we talk about that and be realistic? Let's talk about principles. Everything starts with principles. Now, your coaches might have a different philosophy. They might teach you a different principle. They might teach you a different foundation. There is nothing wrong with that. Any principle, any foundation is good because it gives what? It gives the team a starting place where everyone is on the same page and how to react and how to deal with a play that's now in front of them. Here we go. We're on defense. Long rebound. We push out. We're running with it. I am back wide open court. I put myself at an angle with the person who has the ball. Hopefully they're putting themselves at an angle so they can see me, see them. They can lead past me. But this is where the principles start. If I'm the first person out on a break without the ball, where should I go? Principle 1, I go to the rim. Why? Layup is a lot easier than a 3. Well, lately it doesn't seem like that, right? Watching some of the SimWorld hoop games, people are getting a little tight. But hey, So I go to the rim. That way, my teammate sees me go, flash past me in the paint, boom, easy two, easy bucket. Can I flash to the corner? Can I flash to the wing? Absolutely, I can. However, think about percentages. You now have a free play. You want to make that count for something. 3 is better than 2, but a guaranteed 2 is a lot better than a maybe 3. 2 birds in the hand is more valuable than 2 iPhones in the bush or ice cream in the whatever. You look it up. You know what I'm trying to talk about. So, first man open, nobody in front of me. I'm good to go. The ball's behind me. I make sure that I get an angle, see my man with the ball, put my hand up like a wide receiver, pointing toward the rim. That's where I'm going. So now we're on the same page, hopefully. He can lead past me there. Boom, got it. Easy two. If I'm a hot 3-point shooter, okay. I'm making eye contact. I put my hand out, pointing where I'm going to go to on the wing or going into the corner. My teammate sees me, lead me there. If I'm the coach, I'm having a conniption right now. Unless you make the bucket, then I'm going to say, no, great, because that's what coaches are really good at doing. And if you don't make it, you better get that rebound. In other words, when you make that shot and you know you're going to miss, we talked about this before, the first person who knows they made or missed the shot is going to be the person who shot the ball. When that ball goes up, I see that angle, I'm not going to make it. I crash into the boards like somebody down there owes me money and they got my backpack, with my lunch in it. So I'm going to go, get in there, get the ball, boom, boom, boom. Now I put up the 2. I just choose violence because I'm already in the paint. Now, if you're on defense in the transition, person closest to the ball stops the ball, stop the movement, take away the passing lanes. And you cannot do that by being 3 and 4 feet away. You got to be up on them. But that also gives you an opportunity to do Maestro's favorite thing. Y'all know what it is. All my old heads know what I'm about to say. Say with me. 1, 2, 3, charge. Take that charge. If they're in transition, they're on the move, there's nothing wrong with you getting in front of him, give them their 3-step leeway, take one right in the chest, foul, and you got the ball back. If they're in the bonus, you go to the free throw, knock down easy too. What do we do about the man that's out front and in the lead? Well, you're fast enough to catch him? Probably not, but you don't stop running for him. You continue the charge with all that you have to get to that wide open receiver. I'm calling receiver for a reason, to make sure that you can do what? If nothing else, obscure the passing lane. Make the person with the ball from the other team have to pass over you. Why am I doing that? Greater chance for error, the more air they put under the ball, but it also gives another one of my hustling teammates an opportunity to get there, if nothing else, to draw the eye line of the opposing member who will eventually have an open shot to the basket. The more I can do to disrupt what's going on, the better chance we have of making them miss this shot and not taking advantage of the easy bucket. So you're trapped either way. However, in recognizing that, all you can control are the things you can control. I can't catch him. I can at least obscure him by getting in the lane, putting my hands up. And that is one thing that makes me bananas, defenders specifically, who run the floor with their arms on their side. Hands should always be up. Entirely always up. Why? I want to block views. I won't always be able to block a pass. I won't be able to always disrupt the lane, but I can at the very least distract the view from them having an open look at a player. If my hand is there, that's something else filling up the picture, right? If I'm filling up the picture with something that is beneficial to me and disruptive to them, that is a good thing, and that's how we want to handle that. Put my hands up, even if I'm not in the play, I'm doing something to distract the attention of the opposite team and maybe, just maybe, give us an opportunity to fill in the gap as my other teammates are also hustling to get into the play. Transition principles are huge and oftentimes make a difference in those extra possessions that we talk about. Remember, a 10-point game, or a game decided by 10 points, we're talking 3 possessions. Did you stop them from having a guaranteed bucket? Did you make your guaranteed bucket? Did you work the shot clock so that the time was on your favor when you have not only possession, but effective and efficient possessions? Those are the sorts of things that add up, and transition plays, which are going to happen. How did you handle those, both with the ball or on defense, are going to make a huge difference in how you're able to come out at the end of this game. Thank you for checking out this episode of the Talk Dirty to Me podcast. Thank you for just being great listeners. Let me know what else you want to hear about. Give your boy a shout. Let me know what you want. Let me know what you need. Let me know what we got to do. Just let me know. Holla at your boy. Come on. Let's do this right. Everybody be cool. And if you ever have to grow your own fruit, don't eat it.
I mean, I didn't realize we were starting right now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again for checking out the Talk Dirty to Me podcast with the Maestro. Drop a tag below and give us a piece of your mind.
So, see you next time and talk dirty to me.